Zombie Bottoms.
The mashup review.
Town. Yeah.
Bottomstown.
We should do that. Like movies that nobody cares about, just combine the plots and like try and review them. You know what I mean? So,
Which movie are
So
we
these
talking-
girls open a fight club on the night
So
of
these lesbian zombies.
Dan Carver's Halloween movie.
When they say brains, they mean something totally different.
Get brain. Brain.
Just brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not brains. Brain.
Dope.
Action!
All right,
Two white dudes review. Welcome
Bottoms.
back, everybody.
Okay, so we saw
female
we saw back-to-back movies.
centric comedy, executive produced by Elizabeth Banks,
One of my personal favorite
creator
people.
of the
I
Pitch
love
Perfect
her.
movies, and most recently,
Producer on those movies. I don't know if she's a creator.
oh, really?
Yeah, definitely a.
I thought she directed one of them.
She directed one of them. Is definitely a producer on all three.
that.
I just want to make
it's
sure
based off like a
because
something already. Pitch Perfect is like a book or some
probably.
shit, maybe. Yeah, it's
we
just
say
like
things sometimes fast,
heightened to a
and we're
level.
wrong, and then
Yeah.
the comments are like,
I
"Actu-
believe Elizabeth Banks is responsible for it becoming a movie.
Probably.
Right.
Right.
Not the creator of the fucking thing, but responsible.
Well, she's got
for
some
it.
clout now, as she should.
Cocaine Bear.
And now
Pitch
Cocaine Bear's giving her
Perfect.
more clout.
Cocaine Bear was all right. I didn't really care for it, but it is that over the top. If you don't, it's take it or leave it. You know. Which is Bottoms. Bottoms is a very much take it or leave it, and it's a surface level movie
I know,
that
and it sucks because
goes off the rails.
we're men,
Yeah.
so instantly we're gonna get the "I don't believe you."
I know.
You hate it because it's not men.
I know. I didn't hate it though. I
No, but I
didn't
mean, like
hate
any
this movie.
negative thing you
Yeah.
say will be attributed to, and that sucks.
Sure.
Because
Yes.
the main problem with the movie isn't really the actors or anything like that. It's the
the writing.
the script.
It's terrible.
the movie
it's
is
the most flimsy premise
bonkers
of all time. This could have been a 90-minute TV special. So a Paramount Plus original, you know,
yeah. If,
something.
if
It felt very
it felt like
flimsy.
American Pie meets Not Another Teen Movie
Meets Fight Club.
meets kind of Fight Club, kind of, but not
Kinda.
really because they definitely don't keep it secret.
No.
And my problem with the movie, and we'll jump around before we get into the main thing, is how you say flimsy. The premise itself isn't that flimsy, but how they get from each point is flimsy.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Because
they
the
had
principal's
they
like,
had the premise.
You're expelled and you're done. And they're like, well, but it's a Fight Club. And he's like, oh, well, I just don't want to hear about it. Get out. And you're like, what just
So are they expelled?
what happened?
Or are they
And then they're like,
free
if
to
we
go?
don't start this club, we're expelled. It's like, he never said that at all. Like,
don't start the club.
What are you talking about?
class.
Just go to class.
And then the movie wouldn't happen. Right.
The movie grounds itself and then digs itself up and then regrounds itself in different realities that and it doesn't know
Multiple
where it
times
wants to be.
throughout the movie. No, the movie starts grounded, kind of.
Yeah,
to
it
where-
starts as American Pie.
Yeah.
This is we got to get laid. I got to get the cooch. She says that.
Yep. Yep.
It's our senior year. I don't want to go to college. It's American Pie. It starts off like literally they're being gross like
This is
American
this
Pie.
is our
This is
year.
our year, and you're like, oh my god. So you're like, okay, I'm kind of hooked. I get the premise. That's fine.
But then they get thrown into a violent interaction between one of the high school girls and her jock quarterback football boyfriend
Which
named Jeff.
everything is over the top meta commentary. And again, I get it where we are right now with entertainment, and that's fine also. But it's like
This
played
movie should have been
so
set in
hard.
1985, I think, not 2023, because it very much plays
it
like
goes
this is a.
back and forth.
It's like right. I know
Like-
it plays like it's.
You can't assault. You know what year this is?
It's a
you can't
Robert
be doing.
Zemeckis high school fucking
But yeah,
movie.
it goes back to that.
Yeah.
It'll go
yeah.
from like that's offensive. I can't believe you did that. This is 2023 to the most
We're gonna-
sexualizing over the top 80s thing you've ever seen on the next scene. And I'm like,
Yeah, and football is the most important thing, and jocks, quarterback, this game, it's all leading up to this game. I'm like, guys, it's 2023. Nobody fucking gives a shit. And if the shit the principal was saying in 2023 in a grounded reality, he would be fired,
It's
lose
just
his job,
weird.
and the two students would own his house,
Right.
his cars, his dog, his family,
which
and his money.
I know you're watching
Everything.
and you're like, guys, it's a comedy, and I get that. But
No,
what
the
I'm saying and what we're
premise has
saying
to be
is
good. It has to start strong.
you
Yeah.
have to like say this is the reality that this movie takes place.
That's
in.
what I mean.
And we have to stay in this bubble because once we break the bubble, things get a little. You can't.
You
It
can't
doesn't
get
make,
back in the bubble.
You know what I'm
can't
trying
get
to
back
say?
in the bubble.
If the
No.
If the movie is not another teen movie or scary movie or those kind of movies, and they're like, this is what it is,
Promising that.
and it's
Yeah.
bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's bonkers from opening credits to end, then you're like, cool, I got it. I know what we're going to be. I'm not expecting any reality. Of course, the principal can say that
But
because
this is
we're in kook.
This movie's supposed to have like heart. like
It's so
friendship
weird.
bonds are supposed to be formed, and then
Yeah, like them two are the
people
only
are getting
ones.
cut in half, and bombs are exploding, and then
Right.
by the end of the fucking
And they
what?
stay in some kind of weird grounded friendship reality while the rest of everything around them just does this weird all over the place, but yet
The world makes no sense.
I-
The world makes no fucking
and
sense.
that's my main issue with the movie, honestly. Is it
Everybody acts out of character. There's like these jokes that aren't necessary. Like a character will throw a fruit cup and it'll land on the nerd, and then plan to blow up school.
that's what I'm saying. You
And
have
it's
to
like-
watch Not Another Teen Movie
and
because
it's
that
like-
came out when you were like 2.
That joke's so obvious, though.
Right.
It hits the nerdy kid in all black, rips up a pit.
Get
Is he
it?
gonna shoot up the
That
school?
was I was trying not to. He says something like that. That's the last straw. Get it?
That got a laugh from my theater.
It did too. Big laugh.
Fuck, man. And I'm not saying none of this movie was funny. There's some funny moments.
No, but there's
You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of low hanging fruit.
When they
I'm saying
fucking big shredded dude, it's like he's just a regular guy.
if a woman can't defend herself against this, he said like old man
Just
or whatever.
regular old man. It's a
It's
shredded wrestling guy. Yeah.
no, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I want you to watch Another Teen Movie because that movie
It is that over the top. I wish this movie was that over the top the whole fucking time.
Then it would be
Not
fine.
when let's have a sit down circle where we can all talk about our trauma. Like,
But then
it's
they-
the wrong
but
movie.
then they make
the wrong
they make
movie.
rape jokes.
Yeah. Then they make a domestic rape joke, and then they also go on to she's like telling her story about getting sent to juvie and killing people, like
That's
like
what
it's
I mean.
real
Like,
trauma.
It's
when it's not, and it's like sad music, harpsichord, fucking
yeah. They zoom
slow
in. Like
pan.
she sells it hard, and you're like, well, wait a minute,
Like,
you guys.
but that's a fake story,
Right. Well, because at
And, like,
first
I
they're
know
like,
that.
we were in juvie. Really? No, not really. And then like she starts telling this story, and you're right. It gets to the point where like, well, were they actually in juvie? And then they were lying about lying.
Right, because she's selling so fucking hard.
Right, and he's right.
It's like the writers wrote
They-
that scene like they actually went to
The
fucking
violin's
juvie.
playing.
Slow zoom,
And she's like, man, and her
Sad
eyes
music.
are like darting, and she's like, and
slow zoom.
and the things that I had to see, and she's like, and they're showing the girl that she's in love with, kind of like, it is. Oh no, that was all just I gotcha.
No shit. Because that's the movie we're fucking watching. If it just like cut to
like,
them
what?
and they said, and we believe the viewer like they were in juvie, you know what I mean? And then we find out as an audience, along with the characters, that they didn't actually go to juvie.
Right.
This movie would have been so much
Well, in
better.
the beginning, if they don't acknowledge the one friend asking if they really went to
It's
juvie,
kind of like, well,
and then when they have the person investigating, they keep leaving you hanging, like whether or not they really
whether they
went.
did or not.
But they keep saying we didn't over and over and
Over
over
and
again.
over.
So when she sells so
And
hard,
they don't show it. It just cuts from the incident that happened, and they're back in school. And it's like summer happened in the span of a cut, like of a scene cut.
weird.
Like, guys,
There's some
you gotta
montages and
make your
cuts.
movie better. Like, you gotta have more than just a premise. You know what I mean? Two girls get in trouble for a violent act, and then have to deflect, saying it was self-defense, so they don't get expelled from school. Is the only premise that came up
but
for
that's
this
a good
movie.
premise, though.
Right. But you also have to write a fucking movie with
Right.
that.
No.
And
I
it's like,
understand. Yeah.
Like,
But
but they
that's what
didn't.
I mean. Like that's a good premise. It's your senior year of high school. You're nerdy girls. You're trying to get laid, like American Pie. And right before senior year starts, something bad happens. So now you've got to deal with the school hating you while you try to work out your stuff. That is actually a good premise for a start of a movie. But you're right.
Right.
Where does it go?
Where does it go? And then it just ends with like a giant fucking football.
Yeah, and
fight
I know we normally
field
try and
fight.
do sponsor or spoilers,
Spoilers.
but like the.
This movie obviously leads up to a big fight. If we
Well,
were
because it's
watching
a Fight
a
Club
movie
thing, yeah.
about self-defense women in a club kicking each other's ass,
Right.
then I would almost assume it's leading
But
up
it's
to
on
a
the
big
nose.
fight.
Like the whole movie's
Yeah.
like, when this school comes, every time they play, someone dies. They even killed all the pets of the last guy.
Yeah. And
They-
they ripped a dude apart
They
with
quartered him.
horses.
I know what quartering is.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They tied a dude to horses
You don't know
and
what
ripped
quartering
them
is.
apart.
That was the worst.
Stop.
Like, why are you?
Stop.
No, you don't.
Stop. We don't need any of these
How many
scenes.
people watching this video right now without looking up know what quartering is? I bet you not a lot.
I had no idea. I was like tugging, hard tugging till they pop. Yeah, is what I would have called it. Yeah, 5 out of 5, or 5 out of 10. It wasn't great.
There
it
are
wasn't
funny
good.
parts. Now hold on. Now that's the negative. Normally you do positives and the negatives. And you're right. I'll give a score. Yeah. It's about a 5.
It's mid.
It's
It's very mid. It was better than Joyride.
it was better than Joyride.
I will say it had at least a more
Well-
grounded somehow premise than Joyride. They don't snap into music video mode
That's true.
out of nowhere.
That's true. Well,
you know what I mean?
It did stay. That one was jarring too. But this one, at least, once it kind of left reality by the midpoint of the movie, it just stays in whatever land that it's in. I will
Yeah.
say this: Marshawn Lynch, the ex-football player who
He
was
plays-
the teacher in this movie, Mr. G.
Yeah, but he's in high school and he teaches all the subjects and he's their only teacher.
It's really funny.
So like it's elementary school.
Basically,
even. Like,
that's what I mean. Like the beginning is there's a funny joke. Like after the beginning when they get in, like the bell rings and they're like that's the
it?
whole class.
Yeah.
like those are the kind of things I
The
thought
scene
the
starts,
movie was gonna be.
and they like go and put their books down and like
Yeah,
talk
and-
about
and the-
juvie, and then the bell rings. They're like, that's class.
And like if that would have been the
Yeah.
movie from
Yeah.
that all the way, it would have been funny as shit. And I'm like, okay,
No, but then
Marshawn
they-
Lynch is funny.
Then they went too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they just kept going.
They needed to stay at that level. Right.
Because
Because the beginning of the movie is promising and the middle of the movie is promising when they're
And
doing
then it
like
just-
the Fight Club montage.
doing the montage and
It's
they're all
funny.
becoming best
It's
friends.
funny. It works. And like the premise of they just want they just
wanna
want
get laid.
They just want gooch. Yeah.
That's-
That's
that's-
it. That's the only reason we're
I
watching
would say
this
see
movie.
this movie though based just for the few lines that Marshawn Lynch gets because
They're
the
really
cuts to
funny.
him,
Yeah.
like the random cuts, the random weird ass things he says, and then like at the end the emotional speech, he's like, "You guys thought I was stupid. I actually supported," and like he just like delivers this like heartfelt thing, and it's so funny. And then he ends it with some like.
Yeah,
Women
there's
are
a part where he's like ragging on the two like main actors, and it like he's like yelling at them for like setting him up, but then it just turns into him like complaining about his divorce.
It's he killed the role. I can't
Yeah.
believe how good he was.
Yeah, he seems like he'll probably
I think he's gonna get some stuff.
break
now.
out like
Yeah.
a John Cena or
Yeah.
like a The Rock or something. You know, athletes
really
turned
good.
actors. Yeah. He was funny. I hope he does get more like comedic
He saved the movie.
relief movies.
He
yeah.
did. He
Yeah.
made it like because even their interaction, the two main characters and him were great.
Yeah,
There was so much
it was
chemistry
solid.
when
Yeah.
they were together. It was amazing.
Yeah, the two leads
They
when
were
they were on
fine.
screen together, they were good. But they would like in the last 45 minutes, they like split them up in the last 30 or whatever, and then it's like, oh, she's not really as strong without the other one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like PJ or GP
PJ
or-
wasn't
yeah,
as good.
Yeah.
She was way
And
over the
Josie,
top.
Yeah, is the other one.
Josie, she could have. She needs to do animated voices because she sounds. Her voice. I loved her voice.
She her voice
like a
reminded
Bob's
me,
Burgers character.
like Tia Beanie from Disenchantment.
Okay.
Is the voice I heard.
Yep.
But I know
Yep.
that's not
No, but
the voice actor. But
that's
it's-
she has a
that's the
very
voice.
good
Yeah.
animated style voice.
I'm like, if anything
because we do
happens to that
voiceovers.
voice actress in some scandal or whatever, just put this chick in.
Yeah.
Because she sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, she was
So,
good. She really carried the movie out of the two friends. I
Yeah,
thought.
she was pretty strong.
Yeah.
I thought. Again, it's good. Any movie where chicks are kicking ass and people are fighting, like I'm
Yeah,
in.
again, the premise is
I'm in.
great. It's just
The
such
ending,
a clunky,
the ending was
clunky
just
way to get there.
So fucking, it was like dragging too. Like they didn't know. Even the characters in the movie didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like these people, this other team is trying to murder one of our
they're not
players,
even here to play
maybe.
football.
And then again, there's nobody in the crowd.
Yeah, they don't even show up with fans. They just get there to kill you.
And this is like where I'm at because it's like, oh, does their school just like not give a shit as much as like our like the school that we're like at?
Yeah,
in
is
this
that the real
movie?
joke?
Is that the joke? Like it's not really
no,
that big
they
of
come
a
around
deal.
the corner and they're all like 11 feet tall.
But where's the crowd?
But they
Where's
have no crowd,
the other
yeah.
team's crowd?
Because they
Because
don't
they
have-
don't give a shit. Because they're like, I'm driving them. Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that
It
game.
was
So it's like,
just-
but that joke's not like said. It's not like hit over the head. Like, oh, the crowd never shows up.
Yeah,
you
they
know, or
point
like,
out,
oh, they
like,
don't care.
They say something like that's suspicious, and then they just
That's
move
not
on.
a red flag. Like, yeah. Oh,
But why? Like
because
why?
you can afford people to
And
go
then they
sit on the
find,
other
like,
side of your fucking football stadium.
Pineapple juice trail. Because they put it in the sprinklers.
That's
It's
where
like,
this is what I'm
that's
saying.
what I mean.
Like we get on the football field for the big climax. We need to get the team back together to save the fucking football player that we all hate. Except you need to create a distraction over here by blowing up this tree, while you two make out over here by doing this. While you two go grab the cheerleaders. While
He's
you
not
find the pineapple juice leading to this shit that has nothing to do with this thing. While you go get the football player off the football field because the sprinkler's about
Yeah,
to
but
go
hold
off
on.
with the pineapple juice.
Hold on. I don't have a problem with that because that part of the movie.
It was
went-
just so much happening.
It was,
once.
but
Yeah.
it went back to the level that we talked about at the beginning. The real, like, goofy, oh, is that class? Like, oh, the pineapple juice is poison. And that part is fine.
Sure.
But then they go, no. That's not what
We're
the
not
thing
doing
is.
that.
We're going to do a samurai sword fight scene where people are going to be stabbed and blood everywhere and eyes gouged out and
Yeah.
just people are murdered.
And these 4'9", 100-pound girls
Are
are
murdering-
going to sack football
They're
players
all suited up.
with helmets,
Yeah.
padding, and probably 180 pounds
Right.
plus of weight underneath.
And then after this,
No.
they murder them all, by the way.
they murder all of them.
And then they go
kill
back
them.
to goofiness. We're like, the sprinklers are on. Get him out of here. And then it's like, no, guys. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't. Are we in goofy, almost PG-13, barely rated R world, or are we in like this weird indie film where we're just, you know what I mean? And that was my issue. Like, pick a fucking
Pick
lane.
a lane, guys. Yeah, pick a
It's
fucking lane.
not funny now. It's shocking. You can't be fun. The pineapple juice can't be funny because you guys blew past that as a bit because you're cutting
just watched the chick
players'
stab a
heads
dude.
off and
Right.
hearts being jabbed out.
The sword thing was over the top.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, I almost wouldn't have had such a problem with
Right,
it.
but it's like literally, we murdered a bunch of people. Yeah, we did. It's like from a different movie where they make that joke. You murdered that guy. I did.
I totally murdered.
Anchorman.
Yeah.
Brick,
Well,
you
he's
murdered
dead.
him.
Yeah.
I did. It's literally, they do Anchorman. And we'll
Like,
process that later.
Back in the office, covered
Yeah.
in blood. Yeah.
That's what they...
Yeah, people died.
Yeah.
That got real.
Got real.
That got real.
They do that. We'll process that later. That's the
That's
line.
the exact Anchorman. I just watched fucking Anchorman. Yeah, where all the news teams come in. Yeah.
After that, it was the news team fight. It was way over the top. But again, Anchorman.
Fuck, man, it was the news team.
It was
fight.
the news team
Fuck.
fight.
That pisses me off, man. Just worse. It was a news team fight, but worse, man.
It was.
Fuck. This
was.
movie's American Pie meets another teen movie meets Anchorman. Meets
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Way to be fucking derivative,
and
guys.
I'm mad because,
Shit.
and you can ask him. I was
I'm
looking
peeved.
forward to this movie.
Yeah, I
And he
texted
was
you
like,
walking in, and you're like, I hope it'll be funny. I'm
like
sure
weeks.
it'll
I'm
be
like,
funny.
and he's like being like, dude, don't play your expectations.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be
I don't
that
think
funny.
it's-
And I'm like, no, it will be. It's Elizabeth. She produced it. You know, she's the main.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not in it. No Elizabeth Banks
Nope.
cameo. Not even as like a teacher in a fucking classroom.
Or
She's
the
obviously
she should have been the principal.
even making the fucking announcements. Could have been Elizabeth Banks' voice, and I would have been, oh, there she is. Nope, nowhere. Why
Yeah.
the fuck would you not put her in the movie?
I'm gonna watch it tonight just but watch not another teen movie because you're
Okay.
gonna go, holy shit.
Holy fuck, Bottoms ripped this
This
movie
is
out.
how you're supposed to do it. This is
Yeah.
and you're gonna see how much they're making fun in that movie. They're doing what's the movie where they turn the girl from the nerd into the
Oh, Miss
but the high school one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Right.
about. Sure.
They're
Yes.
making fun mostly of that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like the end
Like a
scene-
Mean Girls parody or
yeah,
kind
it's
of
like,
something.
What the hell's the name of
Yeah.
that movie? I can't. Oh, She's All That.
She's all that. Okay.
So they're
yeah,
basically
yeah.
that's most of what they're making fun of, but like
Okay.
the football players are over the top, and they do like Varsity Blues over the topness. But it's like that's how you do a parody for high school.
That was the best part about Bottoms was the fucking football players were just like so fucking
Stupid.
exaggerated.
They wear their suits every day,
every day.
not just
every day.
game day, every day, and they full on all the padding. Like it's funny. Like there are funny parts of this movie.
Never in regular clothes.
But that's what I mean. That's the level they didn't stay at.
Yeah.
If you would have planted yourself in that world and stayed
Yeah.
there, the movie would
Well,
have
they
been
do
better.
cut to Jeff's house and he is in regular clothes, but it would have been funny if he's sitting
Still
in
in
his
the
bedroom.
football. No, but he's wearing a chick's robe.
Yeah,
With no
like
undershirt.
a cardigan.
And he's like singing the romantic song.
Yeah, like My Heart Will Go On or
Wait,
something.
some
Yeah. While they TP and egg and blow up. Guys. 5 out of 10. What would you give?
I'd say 5.
You say 5
Yeah,
too.
5.
Yeah, it was all right. I wouldn't go see this in theaters. Wait till it drops on like a
And
streaming.
Marshawn Lynch like made it like you say it's better than Joyride. Him alone with his interactions with the kids are like it makes the movie worth
Yes.
seeing just to get through that
nobody's
part.
flashing their
Yeah, we don't
their
need- we don't need who's
genitals.
on the screen.
There's no. I mean,
There's a lot of vagina jokes.
Yeah, but they're
But
lesbians.
they're
so,
supposed to be lesbians,
Yeah,
and
that
that's
makes
what they
sense.
want.
Yeah,
They're
sure.
supposed to be crass, like they're dudes. Like
Yeah.
one of the guys
We
almost.
did- yeah, right.
That's
right.
their-
Yeah. So, but I will shit on it because a vagina joke is a vagina joke, and every comedy needs one, I guess. So fucking A, yeah. Joyride, go check out that review somewhere
Yeah.
if you want to see us be a little bit more negative on
just
a
thought
female comedy.
The opening part where like they walk into school and the one that PJ's in love with, the tall girl.
Yeah.
And she says like something like, I like your outfit, and she's like, you look like a little Dutch boy or whatever. It was like I laughed out loud at that, and like that was funny because she's wearing like the weird suspenders with
Yeah.
the skirt and the
Yeah,
boots.
yeah.
Like the awkward look, like you like a little Dutch boy doll or something. It was like I mean like there's funny lines, but it's just inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah. All right. Bottoms. Go see it or don't. That's
Yeah.
up to you. Subscribe, comment. Let us know what you thought. Tell us how shitty we are as dudes.
You guys hate women.
yeah.
That's what's coming.
Confirmed not in the Jack Black.
Is it, though?
Goosebumps. Confirmed.
I don't know if we can confirm that.
I think
we're
we-
gonna have to dig deep
I'm
into
pretty sure
that.
we can confirm that.
I think the only way I'm going to care is if it isn't.
Yeah, it kind of seems weird. Well, because Zombie Town's not in the Goosebumps Jack Black universe, and that's an R.L. Stein movie.
Could be. It just takes place in Canada.
That's true. You're right. Okay.
It's way farther away.
This isn't in Jack Black universe unless it is.
The house looks just like it, to be fair. And then they later say we're Nepo murder babies, which is...
Well, that's just a Goosebumps thing, right, though? Like,
well, clearly you're right. I think every episode will have a theme from one of the popular books. You clearly got the camera. Why are you taking my picture? Oh, yeah. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
The Jolly Rancher, they have the Attack of the Gummies. Don't they, the gummy bear ones?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know they got like the candy.
Like
that it's like it's like 100.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked Goosebumps when I was a kid. That was my jam. That came out when I was a kid.
Okay. That's their Halloween get. It makes sense. October 13th. You know what I mean? Why not do it? You know, I would have taken another, like,
it's the week after
horror
Haunted Mansion
comedy.
hits.